All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect to the nation of Israel. And this is going to be a video on how a lot of these Christians, man, are fake as hell, man. Like, a lot of them are fake as hell. And the particular fake Christian that I'm going to be going into in this video is Anton Daniels, man, because he was on the Corey Holcomb 5150 show a couple of days ago. And when I was just looking at how this guy was moving, I was just like, man, this guy exudes a disgusting level of pride, man. Like, certain things that he was doing while he was on that show, I was just like, ugh, man, this guy is like truly disgustingly proud, man, like sickeningly proud. From even how he was rolling up his sleeves to show his watch. When he's talking, he's like deliberately got his left hand on the table that his watch can be seen, yet he's holding a microphone with his right hand. He's chewing on it. Even that way, like he was chewing his gum. Even the way how he was smiling was proud, right? He was trying to say slick things at the beginning. He was talking about how he buttered women up and all that. Like the guy is just proud, man, right? But one thing I want to talk about in this video is how Corey Holcomb asked him, "How do you feel?" And I did a video about this a couple of days ago, right? Which not many people are going to see it, because the kind of things that we talk about as Israelites anyway, the people ain't trying to hear that. And this particular channel ain't got too many people that see it, man. So if you stumble upon this, I don't know how you really found this video, if you find it anyway, man. But I was going into how a lot of the citizens of Babylon are just as wicked as the leaders, man. And that's why when you go to the prophecy of Revelation 18, the only thing that's going to be mourned at the destruction of Babylon the Great is the amount of money that people that was able to sell product to America, which is Babylon the Great, have lost. They're not going to mourn for any loss of life that is taken in when America gets destroyed. And I was going into how the average American citizen is not going to care about what America's doing to Venezuela, how they're stealing from them, right? Stealing ships and all of that. If it meant that they could have a improved life, the average American is not going to care about anything that Esau does around the world. And I'm going to go so far in this video as to say that the average, even so-called African American in Babylon the Great, right, they wouldn't care if the rest of us Jakes outside of America got put back into a captivity like the Atlantic slave trade, if it meant that they all was able to live like Esau in America. They wouldn't care, right? And a guy like Anton Daniels shows that, man. And you're going to see him say, oh, when he's asked by Corey Holcomb, how do you feel about what's happening to Venezuela? And he's going to say something along the lines of, if not exactly, oh, it's a part of the game, right? But then when Corey Holcomb asks him, okay, how do you claim black people, right? You claim black people, like, do you consider yourself a black man? Do you claim black people which were not black? But Anton Daniels is a demon, because he's heard about the Hebrew Israelites. He's made videos about the Hebrew Israelites, and he says, I'm not black. And then Corey Holcomb says, okay, what are we then? Maybe we're brown then, which is closer to what we actually are if we're talking about skin color wise, where we are brown. But then Corey Holcomb says, okay, what are we then? And he's like, well, I'm a Christian first. And you're going to see him go from claiming that he's a Christian first in when it comes to, does he claim that he's a so-called black man? But then he's not a Christian first when it comes to talking about how Venezuela is stealing. I mean, excuse me, how America's stealing from another country. How comes you're not Christian first there when the Bible says thou shalt not steal? And you're going to see that these Christians are hypocrites, man. They're Christian until they have to actually follow the Bible, right? And there's plenty of Anton Daniels is one example, man. Now let's go into this.
You gonna try? There's so much to
You know
say.
what? Let me go back, because you're gonna just see the sickening display, right, of this guy rolling up his sleeve to deliberately show he's watching him. Like, mate, like, it's just gross, man. Like, this guy really is a proud demon, man. And a video that Apostle Gabar did on this guy before, we just called him a silly little American Negro or something like that, man. And that's exactly what this guy is. Like, he's really, like, like, there ain't nothing wrong with having money, man. But one of the things that really disgusts me in this world is how gross people become when they think that they've got more money than somebody else, man. It's truly disgusting, and that's the spirit of Esau, man. But you're gonna see anyway.
But anyway, Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. There's so much to say. I know we ain't gonna be able to get to it all, but we gonna try. There's so much to say. I gotta ask you this, just off top.
Hey, so lucky, man. I want to just see the bit where, if I can just find a bit where this guy like rolls up his sleeve to try and show the watchman. Now he'd say, "Oh, it's just random," but no, you was trying to show the watchman.
Yeah, he on time out. Greg had a show, folks.
One second, man.
Don't
So
try.
lucky, man. I gotta try
So
and
we
find
got-
that part, man.
When you say the
Okay,
part of the game,
here we go.
as they jack, so we gotta get there.
Right, you're
though.
gonna just see. There we go. You see, he's trying to look at my watch. Like he's hoping at Darlene.
Yeah,
sees
but
the
I'm
watch
saying,
or
I don't
something. Like, this guy
ask you
really,
this, just
he just really is disgusting, man. Like, he's really a sickening individual, man. And if this guy was to lose his money, right, and there was no way to build back up again to be rich, I really think a guy like that would probably, you know what I mean? He'd probably, you know what? Because that's the thing that gives him his pride. That's where his pride is. It's not in him being a Christian. Because when he had the opportunity to talk Christian about America stealing, he don't care nothing about that. He says, "Oh, it's just part of the game." Like, oh, that's like he's talking some street talking that. Oh, it's just part of the game. But then when he lives in America and everything that he trusts in is based on America. And I wonder if he's going to be saying, "Oh, it's just a part of the game." Because you know, one second, so lucky, man. You know what else is part of the game that this guy don't want to accept is war. Is a part of the game too. It's a part of Yahweh's game, the God of the Bible. Yahweh is a God of war, according to Exodus 15:3. That's also a part of the game. And he was saying, "Oh, when Corey Holcomb said something later on, which you can watch this thing for yourself anyway, but when Corey Holcomb said something later on about how things eventually have to get physical in the world, Anton then was like, nah, it don't. But America's getting physical with people right now. That's the reason why America's able to do everything that it does, because it gets physical with people. But there's days going to come where the rest of the world gets physical with America. And I wonder if this guy is going to be saying, oh, that's just a part of the game then, considering everything that gives him his pride is based in America. I don't think that guy's got any wealth that's attached to anywhere else in the world. His wealth's based on America doing good. And that's why if he was to talk to this guy enough, he'd start saying, I'm an American before I'm black. First, they'll say he's a Christian before he's black, which we're not black anyway, we're Israelites, but this guy was too scared to say that. So he said, oh, I'm a Christian first. But how come you're not a Christian first when it comes to Venezuela having things stolen from them? Oh, it's just a part of the game. But you'll see anyway.
off top.
And if you don't like me keep pausing, then you can just watch the video for yourself, man. Like there's a good enough display in like how you should watch how you talk in this world, like the scriptures say, but also how the tongue can get you harmed, man. On both sides, from both of these men, the things that you say are more powerful than sometimes the things that you even do, man. Because it can hard words stir up strife, man. But anyway,
I'm with it. How do you?
You see? His sleeves, or like, I'm telling you, man, like, guys like this, man, they really, like, there's certain Jakes that I just really don't like being around, man. Street gremlins, right? And prideful Jakes that have got some kind of money, and then now they trust in their job, they trust in their career, and they like try and lord it over people and try and flex, man. As if it's our society right now, man. Because when Jakes like this only ever try and flex their money on their own people, man. That's all they ever try and do. They never try and do it, flex it on Esau really, because they know that he's got money. They try and flex it and lord it over their own people, man. Trying to be some paid in full character in that, man. Let's go anyway. I'm gonna try and not pause it anymore.
Say, I know we ain't gonna be able to get to it all, but we gonna try. There's so much to say. I gotta ask you this, just off top. I'm with it.
The watch is already on display, but this guy is gonna try and unbutton. And you can say, oh, nah, he's just doing that. He's gonna try and unbutton the sleeve, the strap on his wrist, and then fold it down so that the watch can be shown more. Man, this guy is just a real proud demon, and even Corey Holcomb makes a face because he can kind of tell what this guy is doing, man. He's just too proud. And some people are gonna say, oh, nah, he's allowed to roll his sleeves down if you want. Listen, man, we know all the tricks, man, amongst men. He was trying to show the watch off, man, and it's probably a nice watch. But so what, man? When the ICBMs hit America, having a nice watch ain't gonna mean nothing. And a guy like this will take the micro CHIP in either hand, man. He'd take it in his shoulder. He'd have it put underneath the hair on his beard. He'd really do that, man. He's he's so proud. Like, look at the hat he's wearing. It says bag chasers on there. But what does the Bible say? So this guy is a bag chaser. But if he was to read Haggai, the first chapter, it says, and he that earneth wages, pull it into a bag filled with holes. But this guy will say he's a Christian first. But anyway, let's go, man.
Do you feel, because we ain't gonna do all
Let me go
it is so much to say. I know we ain't gonna be able to get to it all, but we're gonna try. There's so much to say. I gotta ask you this just off top. I'm with it. How do you feel, because we ain't gonna do all politics, because that ain't what the show about. We gotta get there though. Yeah, but I'm saying I don't want you to miss no points. All right, I'm with it.
You see the face Corey Holcomb made? He was deliberately rolling up his sleeves to try and give attention that he's got a nice watch, but the watch was already on show though. Now some people are gonna say, "Oh, you're just reading into things too much, man." Listen, man. Yahweh gives us a certain spirit to be able to decipher pride, man. And then if we've got pride in ourselves, Yahweh puts the spirit on another man that's of the hopeful elect to point out our pride, man, that we've got in us. And if you're of the hopeful elect and Yahweh actually loves and cares for you, he's going to gradually do things to you in your life to start draining away wherever you carry pride, man. So if you carry pride in money, he's going to start draining that money. If you carry pride in wisdom, he's going to start showing you that your wisdom and you ain't as smart as you think you are. If you carry pride in your might and your body and your physical strength, he's going to start draining that too, man. But anyway.
What do you feel about this nation as they jack other nations for their resources and play it off like it's other reasons? I'm talking about this nation, the U.S. That's a part of the game.
You see what I mean? So that's a part of the game. So what do you think about America as they steal from other nations? Oh, that's a part of the game. That's a part. No, I'm a Christian first, and we shouldn't be stealing. He said it's a part of the game. That's what he says. But you know what else is a part of the game? War is a part of the game. Every single time in history, when nations have not liked how people are treating them, war occurs, man. War occurs. And there always is a time in life where people think they're stronger than they are and find out, no, you're not. Right? That always happens, man. There's always times in this world where people think that they're stronger than they are, they think they're better than they are, and they find out, no, you're not, man. All of us out there as men have stumbled across people that think that they're so bad physically, and then they stumble upon somebody that doesn't even carry themselves like they're bad physically. The person that does carry themselves like they're bad, like they're tough, gets whooped by the person that don't, and is never the same again. That's what's going to happen to America. America's like a guy that's bodybuilder, they can fight and all that, and they just go around bullying everyone, right? And there's another guy that can fight greater than him, but he doesn't go around bullying people, he minds his business. And one day the bully tries to stumble upon the guy that can fight better than him without knowing it, tries to bully him, thinks that that guy's kindness and humble spirit is weakness, and ends up finding out he should have left that person alone. This is the game that America's playing. It's going around bullying people, but he only picks on weaker targets. But eventually it's going to stumble upon a situation where it thought people as weak than they are. Bible prophecy says, let the weak say I am strong, man. And these nations have been building up things, and we've got people among the Hebrew Israelites that decipher these things, and they show us certain things and make us know, man, America ain't doing what it thinks it's doing, man. And America's going to find out the hard way that it should have left people alone, man. And all the citizens in America that think just as proudly as the elites of it think are going to be destroyed as well, man. And they ain't going to be mourned because they're just as wicked as the elite level. And if they had the situation to do the same thing, they'd do it. If Anton Daniels was in charge of our society as Israelites, and it was a situation where we're told to steal, and we're stealing from other nations to build up, he would forget that the scriptures say, thou shalt not steal. And they'd be like, it's part of the game. And just let's steal it from him because we ain't got it in our land right now. So let's steal. He wouldn't be like, let's do a deal with him. He'd be like, it's part of the game. He's saying it right now. It's part of the game. He's rolling down his sleeves to try and show his watch. And he'll say, if he was to see this now, I'm not. Or he'd say, so what if I am? You just don't want me to have no money. You're broke or whatever. He'd try and flex his money on me. But does the Bible say he's supposed to do that? No, it don't. But he also said he's a Christian first. So he's just a hypocrite, man. And that's why in this situation here, He almost got himself into a fight, man. Because he's proud. I mean, the scriptures say pride is hateful before the Most High, and man.
As they jack other nations. We got to get there, though. Yeah, but I'm saying I don't want you to miss no points. All right, I'm with it. What do you feel about this nation as they jack other nations for their resources and play it off like it's other reasons? I'm talking about this nation, the U.S. That's the part of the game. When you say the part of the game, I don't understand. Everybody done been conquered.
See, everybody done been conquered. But he's a Christian first, or are you supposed to do that? Are you supposed to do that? Are you supposed to steal from other people? And then I wonder if he's going to be saying everybody done been conquered when America gets defeated, man. If he happens to not be in America when it gets destroyed, and Yahweh chose that he's going to be one of them Israelites that get a completely different kind of leaving of this earth and knowing it after you know what by pain, man. What's he going to be saying in that time? Because this guy travels the world and stuff like that, I'm sure. But what's he going to be saying then? When America gets destroyed, what's he going to be saying, man? And what all you American Christians, fake Christians that try and say, oh, it's okay that we steal. What are you going to be saying when America's destroyed? What are you going to say? You lying fake Christian, man. In Psalms 50 and 16, right? That goes onto the wicked Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? That surely has to cover some wicked Israelites as well, man. That they want to try and talk about how they're Christian, but then when they actually hear the biblical principles, they throw it behind their back, man. This guy rolling down sleeves to show watches and that. And he'd say now he ain't, I'm just making my wrists more comfortable. Yeah, right, man. I've done that before. You understand? I know what that is. When I've thought I had a nice watch in the past, right, which it wasn't really nothing. You roll down your sleeve to try and make sure the watch machine, man. That's a thing that people do, man. Like, this guy is proud, man. Bag chaser's hat on. Bag chasers. So that just shows you what he's about. Money only. And his little waste, man, God loves everybody hat, man, like, which is not true. And if this guy was really a Christian, he'd know that.
Slavery didn't exist way before we ever came in here. Mm-hmm. So I don't see what.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what? Slavery's gonna happen again, though. But this time we're gonna be the ones doing it. And this is what I mean with these Jakes, man. If he'll say a statement like slavery didn't exist, blah blah blah, and all that, right? But then if he hears the Hebrew Israelites saying that we're gonna put people in slavery, then all of a sudden it's a problem. Because he just loves America, man. He just loves it.
Problem is, well, I
don't know what the problem is about stealing from another country, but he's a Christian first, and I'm gonna skip through all of this bit now. In fact, you know what? Let me go back to a little bit to that, because you're gonna just see the hypocrisy in these, like, just demons, man.
Like I don't like what? Give me an example, man. Well,
you don't understand.
When you say the part of the game, I don't understand. Everybody done been conquered. Slavery didn't exist way before we ever came in here. Mm-hmm. So I don't see what the problem is. Well, I tell you like this. I cannot respect men who are claim jackers. Like I don't like what? Give me an example. Like the United States. No, give me an example, like a real life thing. Like, what did they take? The United States. Like taking this country? Not just taking this country. How do you think you got here? The transatlantic slave trade. You smart man. Right. That's fair. I know all about it. So it's very hard to be respectful of what is here when me, for example, as an African American male, I know how I got here. I didn't take the cheap flight on Frontier here. My people were kidnapped. My people were robbed.
Oh, what? You see a guy like Anton, they were sold by Africa. He's saying all the same things Esau says. Them people were Hamites, man. They're not the same nation as us. But he'll think that saying that would stop everything that Esau did. That does not, even if that was true, that does not change everything that the so-called white man did to us. It does not change what they did, man. But then people will always hype up and praise all the things that Esau does, right? But then the moment that they hear that we want to do it, then okay, if that's the template to building a successful society, okay, we're gonna copy it then. Let us copy it then. Okay, we understand now. The best way to get things popping is to conquer people. Okay, Yahweh Shai is at the right hand side of Yahweh. When he comes to the earth, he's gonna conquer people. When he does it, don't cry. Yeah? When he comes to do it, don't cry then, man. Don't cry. And you know what as well, which I'm not saying this about Anton Daniels because I don't believe this, but a lot of these so maybe like let's say 10% of so-called black people in this whole earth that would cover the things that people that look like Jake. I would say at least maybe 10% of them are really tares, man. At least 10%. And then maybe another 10% would be tares, but not Edomites. And then maybe like, let's say 80% are actual true Israelites that look like us, man. And then there'd be maybe 10, 20% in all these other nations that are really look like the heathen, but they're really Israelites, man. And that's why you're not supposed to go based off skin color. Our thing's not based on skin color. It's truly based on whether you believe a certain doctrine, man, and whether you believe in justice, man. And a guy like Anton Daniels that claims he's a Christian first in some states, in some situations, would say, oh, it's a part of the game. In another situation, when it comes to America stealing, man, he's just a hypocrite, bro. This guy completely bonned out the Israelites for us believing that we're Israelites, right? But then he says he's not black. He's a Christian first. And when Corey Holcomb asked him, what are we then? He said, I'm a Christian. That's not a nationality. That's a religion. The nationality are biblical nationalities, but he don't want to go there.
They were sold by Africans.
Man, I ain't got time to hear all that, man. Nah.
It was capitalism.
Nah, man. I ain't fucking with that right now. I want to see the bit where he says he's a Christian first.
I heard everything you said. I can't wait till you tell me how voting makes a difference in this country.
Even that shows that this guy, that's another thing on this video when I watched it. Anton Daniels actually believes that voting makes a difference, man. He actually follows that left-right thing. The moment you actually believe that your vote means anything, you're dumb. You're nowhere near as smart as you think you are, man. But I ain't even trying to go into that either. I want to just go into the part where he says I'm a Christian first.
You're not even in the same joint. I'm talking about locally. You talking about the people and the power of the people. It's talking right now. We ain't ICE agents. I choose my money and me. I don't. Oh my God. Interesting thing about it is, said all white people stupid. No, I'm talking women are the worst thing. No, I think you're doing. I'm talking about your balls or black people quicker. I'm talking about your balls. I don't have a boss.
You see, Anton Daniels gets angry when he's told he's got a boss, because he wants to try and really, and this is what a lot of these jakes do. They've trained their mind to trick it into believing there ain't no racism. There ain't no racism. No, I'm equal. If I'm not as successful as Esau, it's just because I ain't working hard enough. Everyone's got equal opportunities. Now, look, I'm a millionaire. It's got to be fair, right? It's got to be fair because I'm a millionaire. So there ain't no one secretly behind the curtain doing nothing to me to stop it. And even that waste man, Myron Gaines, said that too, man. But then at the same, he'll say, oh, y'all always blame the so-called white man for things, but he's always pointing out the so-called Jew for things, though. So in his mind, it's wrong for us to say that the so-called white man's stopping our success. But he thinks it's okay for him to say that the so-called Jew is stopping people's success. But as far as we're concerned as Israelites, right, they're the same people. That's what we believe. Now, if he don't believe that, that's fine. And people also try and say about so-called black people that we're in a victim mentality. But what do you think that Esau's doing when he's complaining about black fatigue and all that? And complaining about, oh, we're the most attacked in the world right now. That's a victim mentality. When they're complaining about not having success and complaining about immigrants taking jobs, that's a victim mentality. Work hard enough and you'll get that job then. Don't talk like a victim yourself. Yeah? But what you're going to realize in this world as time goes by, these people are all hypocrites because the ruler of the society is a hypocrite. Sirach chapter 10, goes into how, as the rule of the city is, such an order of his citizens, man. Whatever the king's like, the citizens are like, and Anton Daniels is just a display of how proud Issa is. He's just like that. He's truly believed that him voting means something, man. But he doesn't get, like, when was the last time, or when was the first time that people voted for who they want to vote for? That's what I want to know. They choose who you're going to vote for, man. You don't vote for who wants to, you know what I mean? You don't be like, okay, there's a person that we know around our area and we want to see if what's saying with him. We're going to put him up as a candidate. He's a random to all of you, but we want to pick him out of our batch. And we're going to set him up. And if everyone else starts realizing that this guy that we've chose from our particular area is a good man as well, then they can vote for him. And we want to put him in a selection to try and see if he can become president or he can become a mayor. No, there's a certain protocol that they go through that that we don't really know the ins and outs of it. That they have people that they selected and you get to choose from somebody that they've already chosen. So you're only ever picking one of their guys anyway, or one of their women. You ain't picking no random person. That you picking someone that they've already picked as a choice for you. And that's what these people like. That believe in the voting thing. They're dumb, man. If you believe that your vote means anything in this world, you're too dumb still. You still ain't really figured it out. Because just the fact there's an electoral college shows that, like, your vote don't matter, man. It don't mean nothing. Because the moment they want to change the rules, they change them. You understand? Right now, the society is getting ready to go into cashless. Okay, have they gave you a vote on that? Did they give you a vote on that? Do you want us to go in and change the whole financial system? Vote for yes or no. Did they give you a choice? No, they didn't. As far as I know, they ain't gave you no choice. Did they give you a vote when they shut the whole society down due to some kind of invisible disease that was going around? Did they give you a vote on that? No, they didn't. So what are you on about, man? And I bet he took the C19 as well, man. I bet he took one. I bet he probably took all of them. I don't know, man. I don't want to bear false witness, but I'm a guy like that. I'm certain if he didn't, he would. And a guy like this will definitely take the MOTB, man. Definitely. Because when he saw the Hebrew Israelites, he didn't think, you know what? Let me see what these men are saying. He just scoffed and went based on purely how they look. As if he really is just some handsome guy to even be talking about people's appearance like that anyway. You know how many Jakes just look like this geezer? And he's a millionaire looking like this. So imagine if he wasn't a millionaire, he'd be just as dusty as he claims that other men are then, surely. Right? He's a millionaire and looks like this is the best he can look like as a millionaire. But he's talking about other men that ain't even close to being a millionaire and trying to bun them out as if they don't look similar to him anyway. This guy's really talking like he's some face man and that. Like, it's crazy how proud Jake is, man. I really despise how Jake gets proud when they think they got some money, man. It's disgusting to me. I truly find it disgusting, man. Even the way how people try to bun out Great Millstone and try and say that they're bums and all of that. Like, why are you going on proud about money? Whose face is on there then? Let's get to that. But anyway.
We say that. We males respond to that. But here's the truth. I don't have a boss. It's a reason.
You do, man. You do have a boss. And that's why you're not bold to say things about everyone. Because you do have a boss, man. You have a boss. Your boss is the person that's making you follow a certain set of rules. Your boss is the reason why, okay, you might want to have 2 wives, but why ain't you got 2 wives? Why ain't you got 2 men and openly dealing with them both? Because your boss has said it's illegal to do that. That's bigamy. So don't try and act bad right now, man. All you proud Jakes and all you fake-ass Christians, humble down, man. Yeah? And focus on the reality of the situation that you're in. It doesn't matter how many millions you got. Kanye West was a billionaire, said a few things, lost it, became a millionaire. So let's not play games. And he had way more money than Anton Daniels.
You go after black males or black people quicker than you will go after white males. What?
And that's absolutely true. He does do that, but let's carry on. I just want to get to the point where he says, "I'm a Christian first."
White males responsible for in this country as the downfall
I'm an equal accountability smoke giver. I talk about everybody.
I'm just saying, I ain't heard you talk about white men.
Well, you
since
ain't been
you've
listening.
up here.
You ain't been listening. You ain't been
Forget all
listening.
that.
Because if that's the
My
truth, because if that's
capacity-
the not saying a lot.
No, you talking loud,
you talking loud.
and you and kissing Caucasian males' ass.
But I don't.
Nah,
See, ain't
homie,
nobody
let me
gonna
tell you, do that.
Tell you.
I don't do that.
Listen. A lot of shit that I don't.
I don't do
Man, forget all
no sucking.
that. Forget all that. I want to find a bit where he says that he's a Christian first. I want to find that bit, man. But he wasn't a Christian first when it came to stealing.
Males responsible for
Say every single
Caucasian
day.
female.
Majority of the people, because
Like-
I'm gonna answer your question. Okay.
If I believe you know this already,
Over 50 people
police
who ain't on.
we are under or inside.
That don't vote, and it's
I'm a
so, in local,
Ain't nobody.
in a local election. Let's go. And Democrats.
You don't fuck with the backdoor shit.
I don't need to really understand that being him. We take yourself out of it. Construct pain. The second time, y'all can. That's the
certain schools and
are able to communicate. That's what I'm saying. Because like the stuff you saying, and you know, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck. Excuse me, ma'am. You need a mic, man.
are you comparing race?
very unfortunate because welfare. They would be a disappointment today.
It's good to get him, man.
And I listen to some.
You know what? I'm gonna try and find it, and then I'm gonna come back 1 second, Salakia. Okay, Salakia. It took me a bit of time to find the part that I was looking for, man, but I found it now anyway. Right, you're gonna go from this guy in one state when he's get asked, America is stealing from Venezuela, right? What do you think about that? Oh, he's part of the game. Everybody done been conquered. Slavery done been around for you. I don't know what the problem is, right? But then he'll know what the problem is when we say that as Israelites. We're gonna do that. He'll know what the problem is then, innit? Or y'all are trying to do what other people have did. Well, if like this is what I mean with this saying of it's been going around for thousands of years. I don't know what the problem is. Okay, so then if another group of people decide to bring it back again, then what's the problem then? If we as Israelites decide to end up in the position where we can do that to people, what's the problem then? But it seems to me that people only have a problem with slavery if we're saying we're going to do it to the world, man. And we are going to anyway. Whether the world likes it or not, we're going to. But you're going to see in around the 5-minute mark, he was saying, I don't see what the problem is in stealing from these people. But when he gets asked, are you black? Which we're not, by the way, right? He says, nah, I'm a Christian first. But then how comes you ain't using your Christian first in regard to stealing? Is it right to steal according to the Bible? Is it? Is it right to steal?
Against us, I got it.
Okay, but the position you and your people are in,
Who is my people?
black people. Do you claim black people?
I'm a Christian first.
you see these ninjas. I'm a Christian first. Okay, why wasn't you a Christian first when you got asked about the stealing then? And you know what? Let me go back and see if I can find that part, man. I'm a Christian first, man. But you don't know what the problem is when it comes to stealing, though. But you're a Christian first now, innit?
Oh, no pose.
Don't try. There's so much to say. I got to ask you this just off top.
I'm with it.
How do you feel? Because we ain't gonna do all politics, because that ain't what the show
We
about.
got to get there though.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't want you to miss no points.
All right, I'm with it.
What do you feel about this nation as they jack other nations for their resources and play it off like it's other reasons? I'm talking about this nation, the U.S.
So it's a part of the game. It's a part of the game to lie about the reason why you're stealing from people. Oh, it's because of they're selling drugs and it's this and it's that. But then it's a part of the game. But then when he gets asked, does he claim black people, which we're not black, we're Israelites, right? He says, I'm a Christian first, but how comes he wasn't a Christian first when talking about this? How comes he's not a Christian first when it comes to boasting about whether he's got money? The Bible don't say he's supposed to do that. How comes he's not a Christian first when he's talking about men's wives' breath stinking and all that? How come he's not a Christian first when he's trying to talk about how the Hebrew Israelites are dusty and how they're broken, how their bums, how their breath stink and all that, how they ain't combing their beard and all that? As if this guy's some face, man, handsome geezer, you know. This guy talking like he Absalom sometimes, man. I'm like, no, you're not, bruv. You're really not. The main thing this guy boasting is his money. But does the Bible say he's supposed to do that according to Jeremiah 9:23 to verse 24? No, it don't. It says, let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches. Let not the wise man glory in his wisdom. But I think it says it in a different order. But let him that glorieth glory in that he understandeth me, that I am Yahweh, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith the Lord. But this guy don't know whether he's a Christian first or if he's a proud ninja first, man.
Part of the game.
He said he's part of the game, so there it is. He said it. Now you're gonna see around this point. Oh, he's a Christian. I'm a Christian first. Who's my people? Oh, who's my people? Man, I'm a Christian first. Why ain't you a Christian first?
But do you
That's a
understand?
fact.
Do you understand?
Why ain't you a Christian first when it came to stealing from Venezuela? And this is why I said in that video that I did that a lot of these American citizens are just as proud as the rest of the world. And that's what's going to make the decision for all these other nations when they betray America much more easy. To be like, you know what? Let's shoot these ICBMs off. They might have it in their mind at first. But what about the people over there? They didn't do nothing wrong. But then they're going to actually think back how the people are talking and be like, you know what? The people actually didn't do nothing right, neither. They were proud as hell too. So you know what? To hell with the elites over there and to hell with the people because they ain't really good anyway. The Americans have been proud over the whole earth anyway, from the top to the bottom. That's how they're going to think, man. The average American citizen would not care about America stealing from the whole rest of the world if it meant that in their hub of being an American, they can have everything that they want. That can have their 4 acres and a mule, be able to just go around, be able to travel the rest of the world and go to all the beautiful places in the world and then say, I'm an American. You can't tell me, yo, I'm an American. Like even this guy started saying, I'm from Detroit. I don't care about none of that. Why ain't you a Christian first? Why are you talking about you from Detroit for? Why didn't you say, man, I'm a Christian. I don't care about none of what you're talking about. Man, I'm a use the biblical principle. No, he was using pride. Man, I'm from Detroit. You over here in LA. I'm in Detroit. It's one of the blackest cities in the world. Okay, so now you're claiming about black now then. But I thought you didn't have no people. Why didn't you say I'm from Detroit? It's one of the. It's got a lot of like this guy don't know whether he's coming or going, man. And they'll claim Christian to seem a bit righteous, but when the moment when him being a Christian, and one of the elders was going into that, man, with Esau, the moment being Christian hinders what Esau wants. He forgets about being a Christian, just like with Anton Daniels. The moment him being a Christian would hinder him doing what he wants to do. He didn't care about being a Christian no more. Now he's from Detroit, or now he's, you know what I mean?
Understand that it's made like that on purpose. The position,
That's the system.
the
The system
position
against us. I got it.
Okay, but the position you and your people are in,
Who is my people?
black people. Do you claim black people?
I'm a Christian first.
Yo, these guys, man, I'm telling you, man, they're real. I can't, like, yeah, the pride's starting to build back up again too high, man. So it must be time for Yahweh to start bringing something come upon the earth again, because the pride levels are really high, man. He's a Christian first, but why wasn't you a Christian first when asked the other question, though? About stealing from America? I mean, from stealing from Venezuela, why wasn't you a Christian first then, man? Why was it just part of the game? And what game is it a part of, man? Because it's also part of the game for whoever's on top to eventually end up getting taken down. That's also a part of the game too. Are you ready for when that part of the game happens? Are you? Because it's gonna happen. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And all of these jakes that have been scoffing and running their mouth, that are saying I'm a Christian first, or I'm an American. I ain't black, I'm an American first, or I'm a conservatives. when the time comes when they realize that being a Hebrew Israelite was the best thing to claim, that believes in Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, they're gonna wish that they were saying that.
I claim.
Well, I think something's wrong with that. If you don't want to say you're a black man first, I think.
Now, if we're not black men, Corey Holcomb is wrong. We're not black men. We're Israelites, right? But when Anton Daniel says something along the lines of we're not black, you're gonna see what he says anyway. He says something along the lines of we're not black men. I'm not black or whatever. And then Corey Holcomb says, yeah, brown. He's gonna say to Anton Daniels, oh, what are we then? And look with a smile like, okay, what are we then? And Anton Daniels isn't gonna say anything, man. And this is what's sickening. People that don't want to tell you they can tell you what it ain't, right? But they can never tell you what it is though. Mr. Christian first.
Something wrong with
black is a construct. They told you.
Well, now that's true. They did tell you that you was black. But we've, as Israelites, told people that you're Israelites, and he scoffs at that, throws it down the drain. He don't care about none of that. As long as he's got money in his bank account, he don't care about what no man says. As long as he can roll up his sleeves and show his nice watch, yeah? Have his initials printed on his shirt, yeah? Walk around and flex on Jake, roll around in the Porsche. He don't give a business. Like, he don't care, but he wouldn't care about what no one says. He really wouldn't care. Because as long as he's got bread in his pocket, he don't care about none of that. He really don't. Like, he ain't joking when he says he don't care about certain things he don't care about. He means that. But what about when the money fails, though? What about when America doesn't even exist anymore? Then what, man? But people don't believe that could ever happen because they've believed the hype and they've chased the pride of what America's on, man.
That you was black.
Okay, well,
that's
brown,
why you start
brown
believing it.
then.
No. We not brown. We not black.
Okay, see, we not brown, we not black. Okay, what are we then, fam? What are we then? We not brown, we not black. He said that, right? We not brown, we not black. What are we then? And Darlene's looking like, well, okay, what are you about to say we are? I'm listening. What are you about to say we are then, Anton? What are you about to say we are? What does he say?
I think something's wrong with that. If you don't want to say you're a black man first, I think something wrong with
black
that.
is a construct. They told you that you was black.
Okay, well,
that's
brown,
why you start
brown
believing
then.
it. No. We not brown. We not black. We not none of that shit.
We not brown, we not black, we not none of that shit. Okay then. So he says he's Christian first, right? But there's people that belong to the exact same lineage as him, right? That belong to the exact same lineage as him in the world history that might not be Christian. So what are they? What lineage do they belong to, man? What lineage do they belong to? Because there's Israelites right now that don't claim being an Israelite, but does that make them not an Israelite? No, it don't. So he's like, we're not brown, we're not black, we're not none of that. But he ain't prepared to say what we are, though. And you're going to see it. I'm going to let it play this time.
I think something's wrong with that. If you don't want to say you're a black man first, I think something wrong with
black
that.
Black is a construct. They told you that you was black.
Okay, well,
that's
brown,
why you start
brown
believing
then.
it. No. We not brown. We not black. We not none of that shit.
Oh, well, what are we?
We not none. For me, I'm a believer.
See that? What are we then? For me, you see. Hey, man, we know our people, man. Jacob in the UK might say something like this. Yo, for me personally, yeah. Though, yeah, still. And when anytime you see a Jake say, for me personally, right, it's going to be some BS that they don't want to really stand on anything, man. For me, you see, for me, and Darlene's almost looking like he finna say we're Israelites, but he ain't going to say that. Never would he say that, bruv. Because he already knows how that money's going to drain. He already knows, man. He don't want to get demonetized, you know what I mean? He don't want, because then how is he going to boast in his money? How is he going to tell people, I'm rich, I'm too rich for this shit, I got money too. He ain't going to be able to say that if he's demonetized, right? And if he starts losing wealth and people don't want to do business with him no more, he ain't going to be able to say that then, is he?
Construct. They told you that you was black.
Okay, well,
that's
brown,
why you start
brown
believing
then.
it. No. We not brown. We not black. We not none of that shit.
Oh, well, what are we?
We not none. For me, I'm a believer in God. That's what I am.
For me, I'm a believer in God. Okay. But there's people that belong to the exact same lineage as you that don't claim God, though. I'm a believer. We ain't brown, we ain't black. I'm a believer in God. Okay. So what are you saying then? Are you saying you're an Israelite? Because the Israelites are the only people that are really can be believers in God. But is he going to say that? No, he ain't, man. Because he's too scared to, man. He ain't going to go into the... Remember, he said he's a Christian first. So in the Bible, and this guy believes that anyone can be a Christian. He's one of them guys that believe that. He believes God loves everyone. But he wouldn't be like, you know what, let me do... Since I'm a millionaire, right? Let me use some of the free time that being a millionaire can afford me. And let me do some real deep research to find out who my people are. Just to know, right? He ain't gonna be like, you know what, the Bible's got different nations in the book of Genesis. Let me see if I can find out which one we belong to. He ain't gonna do that. He don't care. Because he's about the money, man. As long as he's got that Skrilla, he does not give two sheezies about nothing. Like he's not lying when he says this. He means it, man. And there's plenty of guys like this in the world. But let's carry on anyway, man.
My foundation is always going to be Christianity.
You hear him? My foundation is always going to be Christianity. Okay, so Mr. Corey, I'm Corey Holcomb. Let me ask you, what do you think about America going around in these different countries and stealing from people and claiming that it's because of other reasons? Oh, that's a part of the game. Was your foundation Christianity there? And that was only 5 minutes later? You're full of shit, mate. You're full of shit, man. Anton Daniels, you're full of shit. You've got way more money than me. You're a bit millionaire and all that. You can flex. You can pull out your sleeve and show me your wrist, and I'll be like, oh man, wow, that's a nice watch. The women are gonna see what, oh man, that's a nice watch. But people ain't gonna look at you and be like, this is a moral guy. You're a demon, right? And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai has got something for guys like you, man. And he's got something for the place that you trust in America. He's got something for it, man. The God of the same God that you're claiming you're a Christian first towards, he's going to humble a guy like you, man. You're proud, bro. Proud and disgusting, man. And them same Venezuelans are really your people that you're saying it's part of the game when they're getting things stolen from, but you ain't intelligent enough to know that. You think you are because you're rich. And in this world, being rich makes people think you got intelligence. And that's why you can bark like a dog, do all kind of crazy stuff, and as long as it gets you money, people are like, yeah, but you got money though. Yeah, but you got that money though. There's people richer than Anton Daniels in this world right now because they've got a fat ass and some nice tits. Okay, does that mean that they're really stealing something? Does it mean that I've became millionaires in less than 24 hours because Yahweh gave them a bit of shape? And because people want to see some pictures of him? Does it mean that I've literally made tens of millions of dollars because of what their body looks like? Is that something to be made a millionaire over? I don't think it is, really, to be honest with you. I don't think it is, man. But his foundation is always going to be biblical. No, it's not, because your foundation wasn't biblical when questioned on why America steals from other people. You just said it's part of the game. But your game, if you're always standing on Christian principles, your game is supposed to be the Bible. When we as the Israelites are in charge of the world, we ain't going to be stealing from these other nations. They're going to give us these things. They're going to give it to us, man. We ain't going to steal from them. We ain't going to just lord our power over these. We're going to want them to follow God's laws because that's the perfect way to live. And as a reward for us doing all the beautiful things that we're going to be doing on the earth as the rulers of it, we're going to receive tribute from these people. We ain't going to steal from them. We ain't going to need to. They're going to give it willingly. They're going to give it willingly, man. And the Hebrew Israelites are the only ones that's really bold to say the things that we're going to do on this earth, man. Because we've got Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai backing us, man. Like, these Christians are fake as hell, man. I'm a Christian first. No, you're not a Christian first, man. When you was asked about the Venezuela thing, you said it's just a part of the game. Like it's some street thing. Man, it's just a part of the game. I don't know what the problem is. people have been getting in slavery. Okay, so when we say that we're gonna do it, then don't say nothing then.
Brown, we not black, we not none of that shit.
Oh, well, what are we?
We not none. For me, I'm a believer in God. That's what I am. Construct. They told you that you was black.
Okay, well,
that's
brown.
why you start
Brown
believing it.
then.
No.
Maybe
We
I'm
not
brown.
brown, we not black, we not none of that shit.
Oh, well, what are we?
We not none. For me, I'm a believer in God. That's what I am. My foundation is always going to be Christianity, Christ.
This guy's so full of shit, man. It's absolutely disgusting. He literally said not 5 minutes earlier, he's part of the game when asked about why America goes around stealing from people. But then now he's saying his foundation is always going to be Christianity. No, it's not, man. You're a liar. Psalm 50 and 16. But unto the wicked Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction, and castest my words behind thee? Now, this is aimed at the nation of Esau, really, Edom, really. But a lot of Jakes have like this as well, man. They want to claim the Bible, but then when it comes to actually having to do things that's in there, they don't want to do it, man. Oh, I'm a Christian first, but then some woman with the roundest one that you ever seen in your life, the body that you like, hitting it off. She's lusting after you, but she's got a man. Are you a Christian? Are you going to be a Christian first then? If the woman that's exactly like a woman that's considered a 10 out of 10 to your eyes and to your body, and she's giving you the energy that, man, I want you right now. Are you going to be a Christian first in that situation? Because we have to be about the Bible first in that situation. No matter how much your flesh is telling you to commit adultery, you'd have to not do it and hope that Yahweh sets up another situation with a woman that's not got a man like that. You have to be someone drops something in front of you and you're walking on the street and it's some money and you need some money. You have to be about the Bible first then and not steal it, even though you could feed yourself and give it them back. If you're really standing on being a Christian first, if someone's boasting and treating you with disrespect, right, and you've got more money than them, you're not supposed to start being like, "Lo, listen, man, you're too broke to even talk to me." No, you got to stand on the Bible first, because the Bible says don't boast your money over people. But his foundation is always going to be the Bible first. No, it's not, bro. You're a liar and you're a demon.
Brown, we not black, we not none of that shit.
Oh, well, what are we?
We not none. For me, I'm a believer in God. That's what I am. My foundation is always going to be Christianity, Christ, Jesus first.
Oh my days, mate. And that's what I mean, man. When you're on that Christ, that Jesus stuff, right, rather than Yahweh, and rather than Yahweh Shai, which are the real names, right? And rather than believing that Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, is really a so-called black man, you're gonna be on this bullshit belief, man. I want to go and hear that one more time, man. Like, it's truly, oh my days, it's disgusting, man. Like, you rich Jakes are disgusting to me, man. The level of pride that you show because you got some money, right? You must, and then you'll claim Christian, but what does the Bible say? For what hast thou got that thou hadst not received? So if you've received it, why are you glorying as if you didn't receive it, man? All your money, Anton Daniels, is because Yahweh gave it, yeah? Now, in the earthly realm, you technically did things to get that money, but Yahweh made you do those things, not you. Do you believe that? Or do you believe that it's you that made you have it? Is faith a gift? Are we saved by grace through faith, not of works, but is a gift? Or is it about what we did? Is it about us? You tell me. Because just like how faith is a gift and great, we're saved through grace, right? And Yahweh either makes you believe in him or not. That's the same thing with money.
I'm a believer in God. That's what I am. Construct. They told you that you was black.
Okay, well,
that's
brown.
why you start
Brown
believing it.
then.
No.
Maybe
We
I'm
not
brown.
brown, we not black, we not none of that shit.
Oh, well, what are we?
We not none. For me, I'm a believer in God. That's what I am. My foundation is always
That's a
going to
complete cop out, man. For me, I'm a believer in God, but it's we. It's we when he says we're not black and we're not brown, we're not none of that shit. But then when he gets asked, okay, what are we then? What are we then? For me, I'm a believer in God, You see how much of a coward, like, you see how money can make you a coward. Money can make you have a defense, but it can also make you a coward because every single move and action that you do, you're thinking about, man, I don't want to lose this money though. I can't lose this money because this money allows me to do certain things that I want to do. I'm gonna play that again, man. Like, I know I've been showing this a few times, but it's heavy, man. These Jakes don't want to really stand on nothing, man. We ain't none of that shit. We ain't black. We ain't brown. We ain't none of that shit. Corey Holcomb responds, okay, so what are we then? For me, I'm a Christian first. You're gonna see it, man.
Brown,
You're gonna hear it, man. Watch, man.
I think something's wrong with that. If you don't want to say you're a black man first, I think something wrong with
Black
that.
is a construct. They told you that you was black.
Okay, well,
that's
brown,
why you start
brown
believing it.
then.
No.
Maybe
We
I'm
not
brown.
brown. We not black. We not none of that shit.
Oh, well, what are we?
We not none. For me, I'm a believer in
This is
God.
what I mean. This guy will say, oh, it's the system's against us. Oh, yeah, I've heard that already. But then he's saying they told you that you're black. Was that the system that did it? And then if you know that the system did that, and that's a problem, okay, so then shouldn't you want to undo what that system did? Wouldn't that benefit our people to know who we are, rather than you just being like an individual? Oh, for me, you see, for me personally, yeah, I'm a Christian first, and my thing's always going to be on the biblical principles. I'm just going to be on the Christian and God and Jesus. You're full of shit, bro. Your foundation is always going to be on money and flexing and boasting on people, having a watch that I can show off, yeah, and stunting and rolling around in the Porsche and flexing on my people. And then every now and again, when I want to seem steeper for the women, I'm going to talk about the Bible and that. But when I actually have to follow the Bible verse, following something that might make me some money, and if I can hit a quick lick of 50K here, a quick lick of 100K there, if being a Christian is going to get me demonetized and stop this bag I'm chasing, because you know I'm a bag chaser, and I got my bag chasers gang around here, then I'm going to not be on that Christian first stuff. Yeah, right, man. Yeah, right, bruv. You're full of shit, man.
Construct. They told you that you was black.
Okay, well,
that's
brown,
why you start
brown
believing it.
then.
No.
Maybe
We
I'm
not
brown.
brown. We not black. We not none of that shit.
Oh, well, what are we?
We not none. For me, I'm a believer in God. That's what I am. My foundation.
We ain't brown, we ain't black, we ain't none of that shit. Okay, so what are we then? For me, that's not a we thing. How come you wasn't prepared to say what you think our people as a whole are? Why wasn't you prepared to do that, man? Because you're a coward, that's why. And you're thinking about your money. That's why, man. And that's why you can't have no leader that's boasting the money too much, man. Because they'll throw as much as their people under the bus to keep that money coming in. And they ain't going to care or feel no guilt about doing it. Because it's just part of the game, right?
It's always going to be Christianity, Christ, Jesus first. I don't claim none of that other shit. You're not gonna get me to believe in you based off of some shit that you can't control. You didn't pick it. And the thing about other cultures, whether you're black, Chinese.
Oh. So you understand the racial thing now when you're talking about the other people, but you don't want to talk about our thing. And this is what I mean. This guy's all over the place. You see, for me, we ain't brown, we ain't black, we ain't... Yo, hey, these Jakes are lost, you know. We ain't brown, we ain't black, we ain't none of that shit. But then when he has to talk about what we are, he has to say black. Like, man, you know what, man? This is getting on my nerves. This guy really will bring you to anger, man.
Claim none of that other shit. You're not gonna get me to believe in you based off of some shit that you can't control.
Okay, so what is the thing that we are that we can't control then? Because we're not brown, we're not black, we ain't none of that shit. So what is the thing that we are that we can't control? And you're gonna hear him say black again.
You didn't pick it. And the thing about other cultures, whether you're black, Chinese.
See? The thing about other culture, whether you're black, Chinese, but we ain't brown, we ain't black, we ain't none of that shit. And we ain't gonna get you to believe something that we are based on what we can't change. So what is the thing that we are that we can't change? I'll say what I think the thing that we are that we can't change is we're Israelites. We're Hebrew Israelites, and we can't change that. And because of that, we're gonna all be in the kingdom. Even this proud demon's gonna be in the kingdom, man. As much as a wicked annoyance this guy is, as annoyingly proud he is, the day is going to come when he's in the kingdom of heaven. Because Yahweh has said that we're all unworthy, so that he might have mercy upon all of us. Romans 11th chapter, verse 26 to like verse 35. We're all wicked as Israelites, really, in Yahweh's eyes. Every single one of us, man. Every single one of us.
Asians don't fuck with each other just because they're Asian. Chinese people and Japanese people and Taiwanese people, they're all different. Korean.
I made the point, man. This guy don't really know what he's saying, man. He don't really know what he thinks we are. And I'm going to end the video there, man. This guy will change his point. He changed his point like in 5 minutes, 5, 6 minutes. He changed his point, man. And on that, I'm going to say shalom to the elect, shalom.